you. I know you. Yeah, you missed last week's therapy session, right? Yeah. That's our emotional support dog. He's in the room with us today, yeah. I know. Okay. So, like the usual, I just have to confirm, okay? Some stuff. Let me just. You are here. Can you confirm your last name for me? I know. That's just so funny. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Finally, we can begin this. So, well, first, what happened that you had to miss therapy? I mean, yeah, Lucia told me that you had to miss it, but you didn't quite tell her what happened, and that's totally fine, by the way, okay? Like, that is you, but if it was something that I need to know, do we want to talk about it? Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. So, I got a couple notes, and this is something new. I just want to make sure that you're comfortable with it. So this mic records our therapy session just for me, in case I miss something on my notes. And I was kind of wondering how the conversation went or something like that. I can always go back and refer to it, okay? So no one else gets to hear it. I hear it in my house whenever there's no one in my office with headphones in, okay? It stays in a safe place. The computer has VPN, everything. No one's gonna hear it beside you and me. Okay? Okay. So I got my notepad here. You know that. And I know it's a new year, okay? It's almost the end of January. And I kind of wanted to do a workshop with you where we work through our resolutions that we set for the new year. So why did we set those? Yep. Okay, let me just. This pen is not working properly. You see our therapy dog? He's the cutest. If you call him over, he might go up to you. Let me test. This one. Okay. This one is working, but you know what? I might just. He's all around today. He's been napping the whole day today, so he's been funny. But, okay. A pencil is fine. A pencil can never fail you. Okay, that's my trick. Okay. Okay, so what did we set the goals for 2025 were again, like our resolutions? Yep, eating better, exercising. Yep. Okay, sleeping for at least 8 hours a day. Okay. Yeah, that's good. But what about our mental resolutions? So, like, you got sleeping habits, eating habits, all the physical stuff, they are here, and that is really good. That is really good. But we also want to shoot for, making those resolutions for our minds, if that makes any sense. So I would like to start with taking a breath every time that we start to overthink. or have stuff piling up and kind of taking a break from that? What do we think? Yeah. What else? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I agree with you. That's a good one. I'll note it. Okay. How about we also set some goals for therapy? At least for this month, like what we want to work on, what you want me to hold you accountable for. Therapy isn't just me telling you that everything is going to be okay. Alright, sometimes you know that I have told you many times that it was not going to be okay, but you were going to be fine. Okay? So, what are we thinking? Yeah. Okay. I like that. We can do a bunch of other workshops to work on that, and like training, and a lot of this can be very useful. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Okay. And how are you feeling right now with the goals that you set in December and now in January? How are you feeling? Or beginning of February? Kind of like merging into those two. How did you feel about your resolutions? Like what was reliable, what was not reliable? Did you think was reliable, but then in action didn't really work? Okay, yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Okay, so whenever those goals and resolutions happened and you didn't quite was able to fulfill them, what was going on in your head? Like, was it like, I'm tired, I don't want to do it, or it felt pointless? What happened there? Okay. That is completely valid. Neither I'd like to say that. I know every therapist may seem like they have their crap together, but I can guarantee you my therapist does not think so either. And her therapist doesn't think so either. And so it goes. Yeah, okay, that's a good point, you see. So, like, you did feel better once you actually stuck with your resolutions, but then, like, you just couldn't go on with it. So, here's the thing. Every time that excuse me, every time it's flu season, it's so cold here. I don't know what happened to the office, but all I know that is that I don't know who messed up the thermostat, but it's so cold. I had to get this jacket out of my car, this raggedy jacket out of my car. But it's fine. They don't need to hear that. If you need a blanket, I have one for you. Do you want one? Are you sure? Okay. Anyways, the hard lesson here is every time that, in a sense, you tell yourself that you're gonna do something, say, it can be the silliest thing. Isn't like, I'm gonna eat at 3 p.m., right? And you don't eat. 1 second. Okay. And you don't eat at 3 p.m., you're kind of telling your brain that it can ignore your requests and the needs of your body and mind without any precaution or any consequence. So if you tell yourself, I'm gonna go work out, alright, and you end up not going to work out because you commit to yourself that you don't need it, you commit to yourself that you're tired, or etc. You kind of like break that promise with your own self. That kind of teaches your mind that it's okay to not show up for yourself. that it's okay to not be there for yourself. It's okay to break boundaries, and that solidifies in you, and you can become someone that cannot commit to a plan. Does that make any sense? Have you ever felt like this? Like it's not like important? Yeah, because like over time your mind deems those things as non-important things, and when you do that over and over and over again, you normalize this habit, and everything else starts going into this slippery slope process. So it's going into the slippery slope process where nothing is too important, nothing is too interesting, nothing is too valuable, nothing is worth of my attention, of me showing up, of me caring, you know, and that can trigger a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety. I know, yeah, because if you don't care, anyways, it's just me spilling the tea. If you don't care about all those things, you find it hard. If you don't care about anything, there is this hard time of finding purpose, right? And we don't want that. I agree. Okay. Good. That was my mom time with you. That is the other dog on the other room. They're getting trained, so sometimes they play with toys, but it's fine. It's fine. They're gonna be fine. So, like the other times, the calm dogs, the good dogs. All dogs are good dogs, but the well-behaved ones stay in the room with us. The ones that are in training are outside, so it's fine. But so how oh my goodness, those dogs are going crazy, and I'm so sorry. But so here's my question to you. I always make you this question, like I always ask you this question whenever we are talking about those things. In this specific sense of you wanting to have those resolutions and following these resolutions and not being able to follow them, I'm so sorry about those dogs again. How do you think that coming to me and talking to me about it and going to therapy, etc., how do you think that could actually help the process? Like, how do you think it could be helped? Because I can sit here and try a bunch of different things, right? Affirmations, charts, conversations, having you ask someone to keep you accountable for your actions, etc., etc. But it's not actually going to help you if you don't know what you want to get out of it. And what I mean is, oh yeah, Maria, I want to do my resolutions. Okay, perfect. But the question, I guess, is from going to therapy, do you think that just going to therapy is going to help you with your resolutions, or going to therapy and doing something else and getting something out of therapy is going to help you to do those resolutions? Because that is my question for you. What do you think you struggle the most that I can help you with in order for you to be able to follow those goals? Very long, dense question, but I'll give you room to answer. But has that worked in the past for you? Makes sense. Okay. Okay, and how do you think those resolutions could affect your mental health in a sense? Like, how does your changing like some aspects of your daily life affect your mental health aside from not affecting your mental health? No, yeah, that. I mean, that makes perfect sense for me personally. The dogs are going crazy again. But I'm gonna talk to Angelina about this because a lot of the times I want my sessions to be very calm and relaxing, and they should not be training dogs out in the lobby if they cannot control themselves. But it will get solved, and I'm sorry. Yeah, no, but I agree. I agree with that. The fact that like it does cause you stress, and it does cause you like disappointment on your own self sometimes when you don't do those things. But I think that the thing that you have to remind yourself is coping with that stress and coping with that disappointment, instead of being like you suck because you didn't do this, or you're irresponsible because you didn't show up, or you're just making excuses for yourself because you're lazy. Instead of being so hard on yourself because of that, why don't we change the script and kind of change the mindset to be, you didn't show up this time, and that was not right for your body, and now I have to show up for my body. It's not saying like it's okay, it's fine, everything's gonna be okay, like, because that's a lot of the times very unrealistic. So why don't you say, that was not okay that I did not show up for me today. It was not okay that I didn't finish that homework, or that I didn't take a shower today. But still, I am here and I want to take care of myself some other way. And if that way is laying on the couch for a little bit before going showering, there you go. Another thing that I have a lot of my patients that struggle with a lot of anxiety, freezing anxiety, in the sense of like you feel so anxious about the things that happen in daily life that you can't really do anything because there's so much to do and you can't put an order on even where to start. That correlates with ADHD as well. Is maybe what would you tell your friend to do first, right? What would you tell your younger self to do first? Kind of like having your younger self almost as if they are in the same timeline as you. And if you don't do anything, if you don't move, if you don't take a shower now, or if you don't take your medicine now, that person, that same person as you, that is in a little earlier timeline, is going to suffer the consequences that you will on a future timeline, right? So kind of thinking of that, let me honor my body because I care for my body and my body deserves love. And over time, these affirmations and you showing up for yourself can go a long way. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad that we established that, and we are going to start showing up for ourselves, okay? That was the dog farting indeed. That was the dog farting indeed. I know. I love that the mic picked up that. And I'm just going to be re-listening to this session laughing so hard. It's going to be so funny. Okay. Let's change topics a little bit because we're almost halfway done. And I did want to talk to you about this. Oh, okay. There's something happening with the dog. Okay. I know. Do you want to pet him? He's such an attention seeker. It's so funny. Okay. I did want to talk to you about this because last time we did not have time to talk about it. And I understand that we might be avoiding the situation. But we have to talk about it. What is going on with your relationship with your family, okay? How are the holidays? How are the New Year's Eve? How are the resolutions going regarding that? Has it improved? Has it not improved? Does it stay the same? Better? Worse? What's going on there? Because I know that it is a huge part of your stress, and I necessarily don't want you avoiding that, because the earlier we talk about it and resolve it, the better. Okay? Okay. So let's start on how. Okay, we got the dog trying to get our attention, but it's okay because right now we're focusing on you. So what is going on with your family? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. I'm sorry, but I mean, years of therapy to be destroyed. Okay, to be destroyed in 5 minutes with a family member. Yeah. Oh goodness, I'm fully aware of the problem. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, I think that your response was completely valid to the situation. Honestly, it is very hard to be able to respond in a good way, especially the way that we talked about in therapy. When you're stressed or when you're frustrated or anything like that. But I think you did a really good job personally, like compared to what's going on before. So, yeah, no, I think that's great. Okay. And so, how are we coping with that stress? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, I think that is a good start. Maybe we can implement on your exercises some like yoga. Okay, what do you think? Okay, yeah. It can be mindful yoga or just meditation. Sometimes like yoga and meditation go hand in hand, so if you don't have a lot of time to do one or the other, since you're trying to exercise, it would also still be a really good alternative. Yeah. hmm Okay, perfect. And then going on walks or exercising for at least 20 minutes before we have a big argument or a hard conversation. Yeah, it is very good to have your endorphins in and you're not triggered. Like you're not tricking your body or your brain into anything. You're just calming yourself down a little bit so you can think more clearly. Yeah. Yeah, or calling me if we're having any bad thoughts. Yeah, or bestie, okay, or partner. I'm fine with that. Okay. And I would like you to keep a journal. You don't have to write on it every day. If you want to write on it every day, that's fine. But I do want you to write on it whenever you have really big feelings that you should put into words. Okay? I still want you to describe how you feel. So like, oh, this hurts because I fell on the curb and I scraped my knee. It would be more like, this really hurts and it causes me pain. I did fall on the curb and scrape my knee, but this is stinging. I want you to describe your feeling and not just telling me what is causing the feeling, okay? Yeah, you don't have to write on it every day. Just whenever you have big feelings, if you want to write on every day, that's great. And then we can read it to me. You can write it as in a letter to yourself. You can write it as if you're talking to me, someone else that you trust as well. This tea is amazing. When you're going out, please ask, I think it's Angelina that is out there, but it could be Sabrina. That's all I'm gonna say. At this time, it's like, yeah, they usually switch shifts around this time. Yeah. So, but yeah, keep that in mind and bring a notebook whenever you can type it too. Sometimes my thoughts are so scattered that I literally have to type because I type a lot faster than I write, so it's easier because otherwise I forget my thoughts. So that is also totally fine. I'm not against technology or anything. Okay. Alright. I'm so glad I got to talk about this. Yeah. Okay, so I have you down for next week at, yep, okay, yeah, 2:30. Does that still work for you? Okay, because now I have an appointment that you can go online and you can schedule it whenever. And it shows if your insurance is going to cover the extra appointments or not. You can put in a petition if you do need to, and I can sign it for you. Usually it's already signed, but if you submit, I think like more than like 4 times a week, I have to like review it and write a petition myself with yours as well, just see how it works. But aside from that, I think they're having something out in the office, so if you want to get food, I think that's what they're having or something like that. So, but yeah, 2:30. Yes, perfect. Okay, and I'm gonna ask Angelina or whoever's in the front desk. I think they're making something food. Feel free to grab it, whatever you want. Tell her to give you the link for the appointment, because if you have to change or anything like that, you can. I think it's like 5 hours before. You can change it 5 or 6 hours before the appointment. You can change it or add it. So just keep that in mind. And then if you want, actually you can change it or cancel it. And then if you want to add a new appointment, you can add it at least 1 hour before. Okay, so if you really need to come in at like 2:30, you could probably schedule something if I have an opening at 3:30 or any time later than that. Okay. Aside from that, I think that's it. Well, okay, keep your journal, please, and send it to me or read it to me whenever we meet next. And be kind to yourself, okay? Okay. Yeah. Okay. You can keep the door half open, that's fine.